Well, this episode of Black Ink Crew was pretty heavy, but we still have a lot of drama to talk about. We're going to discuss everything, and it's all coming up on the after show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I feel a little...
I feel empty.
I do too.
I'd still want to mess with from the Chi-Town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
I feel, and we always open to Phor. Just unfortunately, right now we can't do promo music anymore. But this episode, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to open with that.
It's okay.
It's all right. Hey guys, I'm El Marie. I'm back from my trip.
Yay!
And I'm here with my boo.
Hey guys, it's your girl Drew Jones.
Yes, Carmen and Nakia unfortunately aren't here tonight, but we're going to hold it down for you guys and talk about everything of the show. We're still going to do our Doing the Most segment, and we have some news for you guys tonight. But overall, Drew, how'd you feel about this episode?
I think this episode, like obviously they've come in a lot. We kind of have like a friendship with them, and so like we actually care about these people. Like obviously beyond like just watching them on the show. So to see one of them going through something, especially something that I feel like plagues so many people and it's not talked about, it was just I don't know, it was really hard to watch this episode.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to get through this review without like tearing up when we get to start talking about Phor, but
promises.
Woo-wee. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Let's talk about the craziness first.
Yes.
And all the drama.
Yes.
Keep it kind of light. So Charmaine throws a party to, I guess, make up for all of her lack of trying to prove herself for this celebrity concierge job or whatever. She throws a party. It seems pretty lit. There are a lot of people there. Fun times.
Yeah, I feel like I really want to go to a 9 Mag party. I feel like they're always a good time.
Yeah.
They always look like a good time. Ryan gave her a D+. I think that's a fair grade.
Yeah.
But he did say she still passed. You can still pass. So obviously he's not trying to get rid of her.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, the party looked lit. We had some guests come in.
We sure did.
So we know Junior is back.
Yes.
And Ryan invited him back to 9 Mag. But Lily just thought Junior was just kicking it for the weekend.
Yes, child.
And she was trying to hold it together like, okay, well, Junior's here. And then boom, pops up Adriana, his girl. And she's like, okay, I'm grown. I'm maturing. I can deal with this. So, she's trying to deal. But it's also still, it's hard when it's right in your face. You know what I mean? When you kind of like, and it's, I don't know how long it was between like her and Adriana, but it seems like it wasn't that much of time.
But also when his new girlfriend looks, not identical, but very similar to you, down to the same ethnicity and that's hard. And I just want to say, I really like Lily this season. I'm proud of you, girl. I'm real proud of you because that was hard. Like, I can't imagine. I'm, for the most part, pretty cool with my exes, but still, I don't want to
be around.
I don't.
And, see that.
It's like I'm cool with you, but like I don't want to be chilling with you. I don't want to chill with your girlfriend. I'm sure she's great. It's no disrespect, but you just, and
you don't want it in your face like that all the time.
You don't. That's not being petty. That's just. I don't think anybody wants to work with their ex.
And then see their new person around all the time.
And then see them all in love. And it's not being bitter. It's just, especially if that person broke your heart. Nah.
You got to watch them be right with the next one. It's like,
ooh. And see all the things that y'all had problems with. See them grow from that and treat the next person better. Man, I'll tell you what. I don't care how grown you are.
I was about to say, Lily's better than me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you're better than I am. Because I might have gotten a little petty wop.
Yeah. Immediately. It eventually came out of Lily, but like it took a minute. She was trying. But then after a while, I was like, you know what? F it. Like, I'm just going to say what I have to say about this situation. And to me at first, because Lily and Adriana are sitting down, they're having a talk, because Lily tried to separate herself. And Lily was like, I'm not the type to try to ruin someone's situation or do those things. But then turned around and was like, but in the beginning of y'all relationship, Junior was texting me, telling me he loved me.
Okay, so I've been trying to go back and forth on this and playing like devil's advocate in my head on the situation, because I can understand if we take away all that we know about Lily, because I really do feel like Lily's a girl's girl on the low. I feel like if we take away what we've already known about Lily, I think seeing, watching Adriana open up to her, she would be like, you know what? I don't want to do you dirt. I don't want you to be in this position because you seem nice. So I'm telling you, like, this is what's going on. But on the other hand, we've seen Lily get very petty. So I just don't know where the intentions were
coming from. Yeah.
I want to believe that she was just being a girl's girl, but I honestly don't know.
Same. I'm like, And I think because she had just said that, like, oh, I'm not the type to, like, try to ruin something. But then you turned around and, like, said something that could possibly, like, ruin them. So then I kind of was like, ugh, I don't know. I feel the same way you feel. Like, I don't know. Is she being petty or is she just genuinely, like, trying to let her know what's up?
Yeah. But you know what? This is what I also was kind of thinking about. The beginning of a relationship, I feel like dating, when you're just dating, when you're not together, is so, I don't know. When I'm dating, until it's exclusive, I kind of just do what I want, and I assume that they're also doing it until it's discussed, just because that's how dating works.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that would have been like a end all be all. I feel like something's happened with Junior and Adriana that this was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back.
Because she did keep saying, like, oh, he keeps lying to me. And I don't think that had anything to do with Lily. I think that was just their relationship.
Exactly.
Like, so Junior's out here effing up.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I like Junior. I think he's funny. I think he brings a lot of, fun to the group. I think he's kind of that little brother that, like, you can't help but laugh at. But I don't know. It wouldn't really surprise me if he was on some BS.
Yeah.
Because he was on BS when he was with Lily.
Because, as Nakia would say, men are trash.
Listen.
Trash.
We have more examples of you being trash than we have examples of you not being trash.
So.
Men in general, not
it
just
is
Junior.
what it is. Yeah, so let's go to the next trash man.
Ciao.
Let's talk about Van and Jenn.
This hurt me.
Yeah. And I'm only calling Van trash because of how he did Jenn at the altar with their wedding. Like,
it hurts me because Van, Jenn said everything she needed to say. She put everything out there. She was like, if you wanted me, you would have done X, Y, and Z. You would have done the steps. Stop giving me, stop telling me things that you think I want to hear and actually act out on it. And, like, stop trying to just pull at my, like, heartstrings and stop trying to touch my vulnerabilities and do something. Yeah. And Van has been playing games.
He has been. And it's one of those situations, like, she's there and maybe they've had their back and forth, but she always comes back. So it puts it in his mind, like, she's not really going anywhere. You know what I mean? Or we've been here before. She'll be back, And I think Jenn is starting to get to the point of, like, I'm not coming back this time. Like, you keep on. Like, this is going to be the last one. I'm not coming back. And even Ryan was kind of talking to Van about that. Like, this might be that last straw. Yeah. Like, they don't always keep coming back. Eventually, we stop.
Listen, she said something that struck so true. And I feel like this has been my mantra as of late. Like, she said something. I was like, yeah, I need to implement this in my life. Like, we have to stop, ladies. We have to stop dating these broken ass men and expecting them to come together just because we, like, in hopes that they love us enough that they're going to get it together. Yeah. Because that's not how it works.
Yeah. Because Jenn, she said, I'm over the I need you to help me be a better man. Yeah. Spill. Like, I'm over that.
It's not
like
cute.
You step up on your own. Like, I have been here and I have been pouring into you. It's time for you to pour into yourself and pour into me.
Because this is what really ticks me off about that whole situation. Because Van and Jenn are kind of the perfect example of that. Women are expected to have our lives together. We're expected to do X, Y, and Z. And then there's been this BS idea that men mature slower than we do. And that's not the case. Society has given them a pass to not mature as fast as us. But, like, in reality, there's no science behind that. You have full capability of growing the hell up the same way that we do. So, like, stop. Just stop. Like, I'm so tired of, like, hearing men be like, there's that one that got away. Yeah, because you were being stupid. And now, Van, look, where are you? Look at that.
But that's the thing, though. Like you said, society, like, they're just so, like, easy on men. You know what I mean? Like, the whole saying, boys will be boys. And, like, we're trying to get away from that. Like, no, that's not okay. Whatever they do, if they do something wrong, there needs to be a consequence for those actions. Like, we need to start holding men and boys, because it starts there, accountable. Like, because this is nonsense. We're not going to keep doing this, guys.
We sure aren't.
There's a lot of technology out here.
Right.
We're not really going to need you anymore. It's like, get it together. We want you guys.
Yeah.
But we, you know what I mean? Because especially like with women evolving, we can make our own money now. Like, we don't have to stay. A lot of times when women stayed in those relationships, it was kind of because they had to. Because that was a provider. Like, well, where are you going to live? How are you going to eat? You know, literally. Like, so now it's like, I have my own, so I want you, but I don't need you.
Yeah.
So you better get right.
You better get together. I applaud you because I know, like, loving somebody and knowing that they're not good for you and choosing to walk away from it, that takes so much strength. So
much. I
applaud her. I love them together, but I hope he steps up to the plate because he definitely needs to.
Because Jenn does a lot.
She sure does.
She definitely does a lot. But let's move on to Dawn. But actually, before we get to Dawn, let's take a quick break real quick.
Yes, honey. We want to thank you guys so much for kicking it with us every single week. You know, whether it's in the chat, whether it's in the comments, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We love talking to you guys. But we need your guys' help in order to help us keep going and to help AfterBuzz continue to grow. We just want you guys to subscribe to one or more of our channels. We're not just doing reality shows, guys. We have so many channels. We have drama. We have superhero sci-fi. We have sister networks, you know, BHL and Popcorn Talk. We literally have whatever you're looking for, we probably have a show for. So you should check it out. Subscribe to our multiple YouTube channels. Let us know that you guys did, and we'll be sure to shout you all out. We also are on iTunes and Spotify, so give us 5 stars over there. But for real, guys, we really do appreciate you guys rocking with us, whether you agree with us, whether you disagree with us. I think a lot of the conversations we have on the show are important conversations for the culture, and it's dope that you guys want to participate with us. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. Oh, I like that. All right, let's go talking about Don and his father. Man, whew. I feel for Don. Like I feel for him, but I also applaud him because I feel like he is really holding his family together. I'm already about to start getting emotional. Yeah. Already. And sometimes you have to check on those people too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not saying like Don is out here like you saying that he's not okay, but sometimes when you take the burden on of your family, you know what I mean? People need to check on you too. Yeah. So Don, we do hope you are okay holding it together. But he noticed his dad was feeling down. Like his dad has lost, well, I think his mom passed away, a brother, and a few more people. That was his daughter? That
I'm actually not 100% sure.
Okay, so we're not sure about that. But his father had, you know, he had a lot of loss in his life recently. Like it was all kind of back to back. And that grief is tough to deal with. And then on top of it, you have, you know, multiple people that you're dealing with their loss. So Don reached out to him and was like, you know, let me spend some time with you and things like that. And so they were supposed to meet up, but then the dad, you know, stood him up. But Don was like, okay, no, I'm going to still check on you. Like, so let me go pop up on him. And he went by the house and the dad was still there. And he even, you know, the dad was expressing that he's down and he was feeling away and just really didn't want to come out, you know. So I applaud Don for going over to the house, not instead of going home like, oh, this man didn't show up, forget him. He's like, no, let me see about you.
Yeah. I think what's so dope about Don is that he's resilient and that he's constantly, because I think a lot of time, and I don't blame people for being like this, but I think a lot of time it's very easy to be like, oh, hey, what's wrong? You have a conversation and you kind of just end it there. But Don's very much like, I'm going to keep checking up on you. Let's figure out steps how to get you out of this place. Like Don's he just doesn't quit. And I think that if Don sometimes watches this, so Don, if you're listening, I applaud you for that because I think that's really what saves people is just that resilience and that, you know, drive to keep going, even if you feel like you're kind of talking to a brick wall, because sometimes it feels like you're talking to a brick wall when you're dealing with somebody who's struggling with depression because they're not, you know, reciprocating and they're not giving you what you need and they're not instantly being like, yeah, I'm going to be okay. You know, because it's not always like that. So I applaud him for continuing to push through and stuff. And I think it's great that VH1 is showing this, especially as Black men, to see this vulnerability and to see this like kind of toxic masculinity put to the side and just being like, I'm here for you, I love you, and like showing that emotion is just huge. Like it was just really beautiful to see.
Yeah. I definitely love that they showcase that, not only with Don, but with Phor and Ryan, and we're going to get to them in a second. But like you said, that's really important that they show that because we don't talk about it, you know what I mean, in our community. And even outside of our community, it's such a taboo topic that you said, like, people get a little bit nervous starting to talk about it. You know what I mean? They kind of just want to, like, oh, they don't know what to do. Yeah. So, like, you okay?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, because you're just too nervous about it. But yeah, it's like we need to try to start, I don't know, reaching out more, being there for people, or just like, even if it's like, I know that you're like, I'm here, you know what I mean, if you need me, or like if you just go over to the person's house, like, hey, can we just hang out, you know what I mean? Sometimes even if you can't, because they can't always talk about it, so just hang out, just be there sometimes, you know. So that leads us to like Phor and his issues. He basically had, you know what I mean, a breakdown, and I don't say, you know, breakdown and make fun of it, because I know we say that a lot, you know, like, oh, he just like broke down, blah, blah, but that's basically what happened, you know what I mean? He kind of had a mental break, and he was just extremely sad, not able to kind of handle everything, and was like really talking about taking his life, and that's just
sorry.
Yeah.
I think, especially our Black men, man, there is this expectancy to have a certain amount of strength because of the things that the world throws at us as the Black community, especially our Black men, where they have, and I feel like it goes all the way back to slavery, because of having to show the strength, because, you know, as a community, people were trying to break us. There's this need to constantly show strength, and that not learning how to deal with these emotions, because we have to have this facade that we're always strong, that we're always okay, when we're not. And it broke my heart, because like depression it's not being sad, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, I'm having a bad day and I'm sad. Like, depression is like, sometimes you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to get out of bed, and it's not just like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, or oh, I'm gonna walk it off. Like, it is a physical illness. Like, it's not just a mental illness. Like, it physically robs you of your joy. And it broke my heart, because like, we've had Phor in here, and I truly think he's one of the nicest people,
he's so sweet, that
we've had in here, and it hurt, man. It hurt to see that, because he's such a good guy.
Yeah. And it's like you said, we don't really, as a community, show our emotion. And I remember growing up, I would always be like, a man better not cry in front of me. You know what I mean? Because that's what we said. Like, we look at that as a weakness, and it's not. It's more powerful to let it out, because you hold it in. And then that sometimes, besides not saying Phor is like this, but holding in those emotions, it turns into anger sometimes. Because I kind of speak for myself with that as well. Like, because growing up, like, just in my household, I'm like, I feel like I've just been through things, and I feel like I have to keep it together for everyone else. So, you're not probably going to see me cry. You know what I mean? So, and I internalize that as anger, because I can show that I'm more comfortable with that emotion than for me to sit there and cry in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get angry. And that's sometimes what happens to our men as well. And that's why they kind of have that label of like the angry Black man, because they're not angry. They're frustrated. And they just don't know how to properly express it because of what we do to them in society and what we put on them. So it was beautiful to see Ryan and Phor have the moment that they had, you know what I mean? Crying together, even though they really weren't, you know, showing their tears like on camera. They were, you know, hugging them within each other, kind of hiding their faces, but that's fine, because between the two of them, they were releasing that emotion, you know what I mean? And that was beautiful, and I'm glad that they showed that as well, that the cameras didn't go away. And, you know, sometimes when we watch these reality shows, we're like, oh, the cameras are so invasive sometimes, but that was a moment where I felt like it was good that they were, and they needed to be there to show that. And like, I hope more men out there start to become comfortable with loving themselves, loving on their brothers. Like, it's okay to check on your family, it's okay to hug your friends, it's okay to kiss your friends on the cheek, male, female, whatever. Like, show love. Like, we've just been so programmed to be so tough, to be so hard, to not really express emotions, and we really have to break that, because it just will make everybody operate better, you know, be in a better place, and be more open to talk about things when they need help.
I just want to share some quick statistics on Black suicide, because it is a thing. It's not a white people thing. There's multiple articles even about how it's not a white thing. Suicide rates for Black children are twice that of white children, according to the Washington Post. Suicide of Black children ages 15 to 26 has tripled in the last 15 years. In Black men, it's doubled over the last 15 years. that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to say about that. I don't want to see, I want Black men to cry. And not because I want you to go through pain, but because I want you to
release.
I want those emotions in order, like it's healthy to go through multiple emotions. It is not healthy to, the whole positive lifestyle, that's not realistic. That's not healthy. You have feel your emotions, go through them. If you want to cry, like, but this idea that like, we either gotta pray away the sadness or we gotta, man up or like whatever. Like, nah, that's bull. Like, we can't do that anymore because too many. Like, we already have too many of our men dying due to things that we can't control. This is something we can fight together. This is something that our community can come together and grow from. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of 9mag for how they came together for Phor, because there was never a question of his masculinity. There was there was never just a, yo, shake it off, man up. You know, it was just like I don't know what this feels like, but I'm here for you and I love you and you're my family. And like that. Yeah. That's
like everything. Everybody gathered around him. Even Van, when Van was like, well, I'll just sleep here with you. You know what I mean? I'm in the bed. I'm going to stay with you.
Yeah.
So it's just good to see that. I mean, that's just a hard thing to go through. And then also Phor is an entertainer. He's a rapper. He's on this reality show. So he's in entertainment. And then it also gets to the point of like, you feel like you have to kind of keep going. You can't really have those off days or down days because you've got to keep, going. And even you have to do it for other people. And like, we just recently lost Christoph. I forget his last name from Young and the Restless. I don't know if they've officially said it was suicide, but a lot of people are hinting towards that because he also just lost his son a few years ago, and he was really dealing with that. And I was watching an interview with one of his co-stars, and it was like he would always say, the show must go on. And we that's like an entertainment thing. We always say like, oh, the show must go on. I'm having a bet, the show must go on. But it's like, okay, but after that show, take some time for yourself. Yeah. Self-care and self-love is important. Don't push away your feelings because you've got to entertain,
And I think another thing is like, especially with the internet and everything, like, bro, y'all got to be, like, we got to do better. We got to be nicer. As somebody who's lost someone very close to me, due to suicide over cyberbullying, like, you can't just say things recklessly anymore. And I know with some of the things that came out with Phor this past year, people thought it was cute to, make jokes and comment on his sexuality or whatever. And it's like, I don't know where we got as a society where we feel comfortable to say these things that we wouldn't say to people's face, but like, that's not cool. Like, this whole shade room culture that we have, like, y'all got to quit that because you really don't know what's going on in people's lives. And no money, no fame, no success, like, gives you all the right to sit here and speak, like, evil and negativity over somebody's life. Because at the end of the day, that you are one step away from being them and they're one step away from being you, and we're all one step away from being in a position of depression. So it's just like, bro, just be nice. Like, it's really not hard.
It's not hard.
I'm not saying that like being nicer to each other is going to solve depression, but nobody needs it. Like, no one needs extra like hatred.
Words hurt.
They do. And it's like, it's like, you know what, when I started, doing entertainment and whatnot, and like, sometimes you get the really nice messages, but sometimes you get really mean messages. I've gotten racist things. I've gotten things about my weight, that I'm not pretty enough or I'm pretty enough or whatever. And it's like, you don't think that stuff's going to affect you because you're like, I don't care. But when it comes in like masses, that stuff affects you. So
like, I don't even read them because I feel like I won't be able to handle it. Like, I had somebody inbox me like, why are you even doing this? Like, I'm like, wow, okay. How about, first of all, you get up here and do it. Let's see how that goes. You know what I mean? But it's also like, sometimes you have to put into perspective, they don't do what you do. They don't know how it goes. But still, but it's like, you take a hit though. You're like,
I would never, I've always been very careful about what I say about people. Even on this show, even when we're like coming for people or whatever, like, it's all love. We always say that it's because we know this is a reality show. We know that certain characters are being molded to be something. It's not necessarily these people, but like, y'all just gotta be careful. And the other thing I want to say about depression before, while we're still on the topic, is that depression can be genetic. We obviously, with this family, we've seen it show up in many people. it's a real thing. It's a disease. It's not, it's just as real as, you know, cancer or diabetes or whatever it is. There are legitimate science behind depression. So let's stop pretending like it's something that millennials made up.
Right. And that'll just go away. Yeah. It is a chemical imbalance, and it's real.
So please treat it as such. But I'm just like, I'm really for, like, we love you. Like, not like no goofiness, no talking about how hot everybody is, whatever. Yeah, like, we really do rock with y'all for like, he truly is such a sweet person, such a nice person, such a good-hearted person. They all are. And to see someone struggle with that is just like truly heartbreaking. Yeah. So check on your strong friends. Yeah. You know, check on your goofy friends.
Those probably the ones that need it the most.
Facts.
Because the ones that are letting it out, they're probably getting by okay.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that you never see crack.
Facts. Check on them.
But if you or anyone else that you know is battling with depression or needs help, there's a website that they posted this evening on this episode, which is halfofus.com. So if you guys just want to go to that website, if it's you yourself that needs the help, or if you want to give that website to someone else that you feel like needs that help, go ahead and do that. You know, help your people. And Phor, we love you. We love you, and you are worth being here. So I don't know. I hope you do get help. Just a real quick thing as well, like, and I always talk about this, I'm always like, therapy, like, it is a good thing, because I know, like, Van mentioned it and was like, you don't think you may need professional help? And Phor is just like, think about it, kind of, you know what I mean? I think we still also have that taboo and that stigma of that it's not the right thing to do. And like you said, pray about it. And I am all about God. I really am. But
I think God puts people in your life that can be more equipped for certain things. And I know therapy for me saved my life. And I know so many other people that therapy has done a great thing for. It is not something to be ashamed of. It's dope. I don't claim to be a therapist. I don't think any of us do. No. But, like, if you feel uncomfortable talking to your friends or family about what's going on, slide in my DMs. Yeah. I'll listen, even if you just want to vent, whatever.
Same, because you have to get that out. I remember when I first went to therapy, and I was taking a leave of absence from my job, so I kind of like had to go. I needed that doctor's note, and I thought I was just gonna be in there playing around like, oh yeah, this and that, blah blah. Oh my gosh, I left out of there with like all of my energy drained, because the first session she just pulled so much out of me, so much that I didn't even realize like I was holding in, you know what I mean? Like I literally, like, I left that session, I had to go to sleep, because when I tell you, it just pulled everything out of me.
Yeah.
And so, but like to this day, and I started last year, I feel like I feel a better place. I know how to handle different situations and different people, you know what I mean, in my life, and not to let certain things get to me. So like it's okay to go.
It is. I mean, when you're working out and you want to learn how to work out your body properly, you go to a trainer, you know, and they teach you how to do that. It's the same thing with therapy. If you want to work through your emotions and learn how to properly, you know, navigate through it, you would go to someone who knows how to do that. And so freaking do it, man.
Do it. It's a good thing. All right, let's see who is doing the most.
Doing the most
this episode.
Us. For being so crying right now. Good Lord, doing the most.
Man, this episode is so somber. But we need to talk about it.
I mean, people were still being
talk about it.
Minus our boys. There were some people, you know, being some head asses. I think I'm gonna go with. It's hard. I'm gonna go with Junior. I was going to go with Van for his conversation with Jenn, but I think he really redeemed himself later in the episode. So I'm going to go with Junior, only because not that Junior necessarily did anything, like particularly in this episode, but I think Adriana had to have Adriana wouldn't have acted out the way she acted out had there not been little things
to lead her there.
I don't think she seems like a very calm person. I don't think she would have popped off. I mean, I know they were all drinking, but I don't think she would have popped off the way she did had he not given her something. And then I want to do a doing the most, but like in a good sense.
Okay.
Man, I could give that to a couple people. Ryan, though, I mean, like, I don't think he wants to be applauded for being a friend and a brother, because that's just like naturally what you should do. Yeah. But I also want to give doing the most to Lily, because I think I know we be messing with her, but she is grown, bro.
She has.
She really has, and I'm really proud of her. Mm-hmm. And her new look that they had in the interview,
listen,
she looked good as hell.
She got herself a good stylist, or
she looks bomb. 10 out of 10 would.
She just made a change,
right?
But yeah, Lily,
you look good.
Lily, we want you on the show.
We do.
Come see us. I'm about to slide in your DMs, boo. Like, come see us. I know we had some things last few seasons, but you're in a better place. We're all in a better place.
We'll talk it out.
Yeah. Let's see. Mine doing the most. Actually, kind of the opposite. Lily, don't be mad. I know I just invited you on the show. But I kind of feel like my doing the most might go to Lily, only because we didn't have too much craziness this episode. And I just feel like I said, I'm torn between if it was genuine when she, kind of went to Adriana to tell her about Junior. So I'm just like, maybe you could have kept that. So I feel like she's doing the most. And yeah, but to piggyback off your doing the most in a good way, I'm with you on Ryan too. I'm really the whole crew.
Yeah.
Because everybody really band together to make, and even production. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, we don't have to do the cameras when Phor left, you know, and then like everyone was looking for him, and then so he finally texts Van, and Van is like, I got to go by myself, and it's like, okay.
That's very true, because they could have been some real a-holes and been like, well, contract,
Yeah. Because you've seen shows sometimes where they're like, get out of my face. And there's a camera sliding around, like still catching another angle. So
good for y'all, VH1 and Viacom, for knowing,
boundaries.
Some things aren't worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, let's get into some news.
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So it's not anything too crazy. It's just everyone came out, kind of showed some love to Phor tonight. Ryan posted "Never Leave My Brothers" with a tag of Phor, and then a bunch of photos just of them over the years. Donna also posted some photos.
Don did too.
They all posted some really sweet things, and I hope for depression. It's not something that just ends overnight, but I hope Phor since then has maybe found some new tools to help him work through that. Yeah, we rock with you and we support you,
and it's a lot of love in the comments too.
Yeah,
like I know, so that's good to see,
which is dope.
Like, please leave your negativity
facts
within yourself. Don't hit up their comments with that nonsense. Usually we have, like, if anybody's having parties and stuff, but
Ryan's gonna be in Detroit next week.
Okay.
I did see that.
Yes, Don is on the cover of a magazine.
Yes.
So that copy of that magazine, I think it's called 612. Yeah, 612 magazine. That copy will be available on the 28th of this month. Celebrate Black History with that fine man.
For real.
Sorry, Ashley.
But next week's episode, it looks like we're just getting right back into the bull.
I can't wait. It is it's going down. Let's go ahead and get into predictions.
Lord. Ooh, Chile.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I like watching people fight. Well, men fight.
Because we country.
Is it that?
I think
especially with their shirts off, getting angry and
Ayo. Man. So what did we all see in the trailer? We saw Bella has a potential new man who looks like he's about to come start some drama. He's like boy of Anita. What else did we see in this trailer? It's Friendsgiving.
It's Friendsgiving. I think so he kind of starts like the fight. Everyone is fighting. Ryan, Van, I believe they're fighting Bella's new dude. Like Van and everyone, like it's going down.
Mena.
Oh yes.
Well, we clearly know that's not going to work out.
Clearly, I'm glad
you are engaged to Safari.
I wonder if Ryan got in that.
I mean, she's bad, so I would. So I'm not. Erica Mena is fine as hell, so I wouldn't even be mad at it. I understand it completely.
I wonder. I'm gonna ask him too.
I feel like but no one. Like, seeing how Ryan acts about things, I just feel like the little date or whatever it looks like they're gonna have, I don't think it's gonna go that well. I think it's gonna be like he's gonna be like this girl
over it, like
So
I guess we'll see. Trying to think of what I think is. I'm just ready for the next episode. I just want to see this.
I know we saw Ryan with no shirt, ready to fight.
Angry. I was like, angry Ryan. Sorry. So I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Well, like I said, is it for this week? And we will wait for next week for all that drama.
We'll hopefully have everybody back.
Yes,
next week.
yes. Full panel up here. All right. So until then, make sure you guys join us next week right here, same place, same time. I am your girl, El Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at El Marie TV.
And I'm your girl, Drew Jones. You guys can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ. And my first episode of season 2 of The Curve drops on Sunday, which is also my birthday. So check it out.
Aquarius season.
Hey.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.